morning. Good morning. Who's got the power?
We got the power.
Good. I'm glad you're all here in this cold morning to join us, and I'm honored to be here. Thanks to Justice and everybody for being here. I joined you as an African American, Muslim, immigrant, businesswoman in the state of Tennessee. And one of the reasons why I joined you is to show you all that our issues are not one topic issue. We all have different identities. We all have different hats that we wear. And so when something affects one of us, it affects all of us. Any issue that affects women in this state, any reason to marginalize business women affects me. Anything that has to do with immigrant affects me. It affects a whole lot of us. So I'm here this morning to join, to stand together, and to say that any attack on any one of us is an attack on all of us. And no matter what happens, we all stand together. And we're putting this legislative session on notice that we are united in our cause. You know, we need to put our resources together. We need to stand together. So I'm with you pledging that no matter what it is this session, and always, we will stand together. We also want to make sure that we tell our legislatures that we are asking them to stand with us. We're asking them to listen to the people of these states. Oftentimes we had polls. We have things asking people what they want. I remember the poll on Insure, Tennessee. The people overwhelmingly said we wanted it, but our legislator voted against it. There's a Twitter account with our representative asking if we want to repeal Obamacare. Tennessee people said no. So we're asking this session to listen to the people of Tennessee. We're asking them to stand with us. We're asking them not to stand against us. We're asking them not to use the agenda of outsiders to deal with what the people of Tennessee want. We're telling them we are the people. We're telling them what we want, and we're asking them to listen to us. We're asking them to, I made a sign here. It's a little person sign, but we're asking them to stand up for us, to stand up for issues that matters to us. We're telling them Insure Tennessee matters to us. We're telling them that the rights of immigrants matter to us. We're telling them as an immigrant person, we actually contributed to the economy of this state. We pay taxes, we volunteer, we do a lot of things. So we're asking them not to be legislators for a few people, not to be legislators just for, what do you call it? Special interest, that's the word I'm looking for. We're asking them to be legislators for the citizens of this state. And we're asking them to stand with us, work for us, and stand by us. Thank you.
All right, good morning. My name's Tom Anderson. I'm an employee in facility services at UT Knoxville. I've been a proud public servant for the last 15 years. And this privatization fight, which I hope many of you, all of you have heard about, has been going on for 18 months. It's a plan the governor has to outsource and privatize all of the facilities job at all state facilities, all of the public properties. Key word there, public properties. These are our properties. Yep. This isn't some private corporation that he's running. He's supposed to be representing our interests, not his private interests. Yep. So he has allowed, in this whole process, he has allowed direct access with the corporations that would benefit from this contract to write the contract. They've been inside at the table from day one. Have the people been allowed at the table? No. Have the public employees been allowed at the table? No. He's declared it confidential. And these are dedicated employees. I work with folks who have worked at the University of Tennessee for over 40 years for minimum or just above minimum wage. Poverty wages, working multiple jobs, working on the weekends just to make ends meet. And we don't do this because we get rich. We don't do it because it's an easy, laid-back job. It's because we're dedicated public servants. We understand at the University of Tennessee and at the other public resources, we're serving the public. We're serving our children and our neighbors and our neighborhoods and our communities. You know, every day I go to work, I know that what I do helps support the education of the future. One of the key benefits that we will lose, is the education benefit. And I can tell you, I know many, many people that work in public service because it is an opportunity, most of the time the only opportunity we have to provide a higher education for our kids to do better than we have. For our kids to have a better education than we've got so that they have a better future and a better pay and can continue to contribute. But these attacks, they're not new. And they're not just on, the public employees is not just one particular group. Public employees are minorities, women, LGBT, all kinds of ethnic backgrounds and religious backgrounds, everyone. It is not a coincidence that there are more women and more minorities that work in public sector than in private sector. It's because when they passed affirmative action laws, and when they pass laws that you are not allowed to discriminate based on all these things, the public sector follows those laws. More so than the private sector. But so these attacks are ongoing, but they're not new. Privatization is not new. This didn't start 18 months ago with the governor's attempt or idea to attack facilities. 5 buildings, one of we're standing at right now, there were 170 public workers that worked here. And they promised them that they would have an opportunity to maintain their jobs. Well, there are 20 of those folks that are still employed here. 20 out of 170. But it's not just state facilities. Voucher programs, charter schools, public works, public road construction, all of those things are our facilities, the people's facilities. They aren't private. It's not private property for the governor's corporate cronies to do with as they please. The Senate and the House, the legislature last year had an opportunity. There were bills proposed to give power to the legislature to stop the governor's plan. And they didn't do it. They didn't take that chance. We've heard a lot of comments. We've met with legislators and senators all across this state for the last year and a half about it. And they all say, I have state and public employees in my district. I'm against this privatization plan. Well, they have an opportunity to stand up and to stop this process. So they need to put their money where their mouth is. They need to put their feet on the ground and tell the governor they will not stand for it. And if he wants something passed, he's got to stop this. He's got to support the public workers that he keeps saying he says he's working for. He's not working for us. So we need to fire him and all of his cronies and anybody who supports him. So thank you. We all got to stand together united. Just a last thought. Something that my father told me when I was struggling to become a young man, dealing with problems and issues and all kinds of stuff. He said, life is a series of problems. The key focus, the key point is how we attack those problems, how we respond to those challenges. We can respond through hate and division and fear and violence, or we can stand together. We can respond in love and in fellowship and in community. And in unity there is power. And this week of all weeks we all need to remember that Dr. King showed us what the power of unity, what the power of coming together in the public, standing up and saying, no, this is our house, this is our community, and we're going to tell you how it's going to get run. Thank you very much.